So for those who have just hopped on, we're going to do a similar structure that we did on Monday. I'm going to go through and I will introduce our pathway teachers. And then as you guys have questions, feel free to throw them into the chat. We've got one question for each pathway that came through beforehand, and then we'll go through some different careers. Students, if you have any questions about a career that you're interested in, or you might not know what career you want, but you know that you really like working with people, or you really like working with animals. If you have an idea, something like that, go ahead and have your teacher throw that into the chat and we can give you a good idea of which pathway might be the best fit for you. So I am Elena Martin. I'm the College and Career Facilitator at Winnetonka. So I have worked all year with the district, just getting these pathways ready to go for you. We are so excited for the opportunity that you guys are going to have. I know our teachers that you're seeing here, they're excited as well. And we're just ready to get you guys up here to Tonka. So I'm going to go through, we're going to introduce the teachers by pathway. So we're going to start with our School of Health and Wellness. So representing our health pathway, we have Mr. Jansen, and each of the teachers is just going to say, hey, and tell you what teachers or what classes they're teaching.
Hi, I'm Mr. Jansen, and I teach the first year technical core class for a health pathway, which is called Principles of Biomedical Science. I'll teach you guys about all kinds of stuff about biology and chemistry and the background knowledge that you need to go into any health career field. So hope to see you soon.
Thank you. And then with our wellness pathway within health and wellness, we have Miss Majors.
Hi guys, I'm Coach Majors. I teach in the PE department, so I teach several different PE classes. So you should have me by the time you graduate. But also, if you join this pathway, I am teaching the body and mind wellness class that we learn about how your mental health and physical health kind of link together and how one affects the other.
Awesome, thank you. So next in our School of Business and Communications, representing our business side of that, we have Miss Haberman.
Hi everybody, my name is Sarah Haberman, and I will be teaching in the business strand your third and fourth year or junior senior level courses in marketing. So like how to develop a brand, even if you wanted to like develop a brand to promote yourself in something. And then also I teach entrepreneurship, which is if you have any interest in owning your own business someday.
Wonderful, thank you. And then for our communication side of business and communications, we have Dr. Calloway.
Good morning, everyone. On the communication side, this is a great opportunity for you to come learn the skills necessary to be able to communicate with businesses and be able to represent yourself, being able to have conversations with presentations, and being all the facets of becoming either an entrepreneur, business person, or being able to do presentations and being able to do interviews and skills of that nature. So looking forward to being able to have you next year and looking forward to it.
Awesome, thank you. So next in our School of Human Services, with our public service side, we have Miss Lee.
All right, hi guys, my name's Miss Lee, and I am teaching the intro class in human services, and we will be learning about all of the things that have to do with like teaching or counseling, anything that wants to kind of help people and service people in our community. So I look forward to seeing you in the human services pathway.
Thank you. And then representing the other side of that within human services is our service industry with Miss Abbott.
Hi guys, I'm Mrs. Abbott, and I teach Foods for Life and International Foods, and then Pro Start Level 1 and Pro Start Level 2, which is a little more advanced cooking and learning about the restaurant business and taking care of your own kitchen in a restaurant.
Thank you. And then our last school that you guys have looked at is our School of Design, Innovation, Technology. So there's two different pathways in this one as well. And with our STEM side, we have Mr. Lay.
Hi guys, I'm Mr. Lay. I teach Project Lead the Way engineering classes, and then I will also be teaching the DIT technical core class. The idea behind our technical core class will be for you to see how design and technology intertwine with many different career paths, including in engineering and woodworking and art classes and music classes and things like that, and how we can integrate technology and design into those into this pathway. So we will be going over that with our technical core class.
Thank you. And then our last pathway is our creative design pathway that is everybody's favorite teacher, Mr. Elam.
Well, thank you. How are you all doing today? Hello, Lizzie. I think that was your voice I heard. I'm Mr. Elam, and I have the privilege of working at both Maple Park and Winnetonka. It's a lot of fun for me, and I enjoy working with all these kiddos. So I represent, like they said, the creative side of the DIT pathway. The visual and performing arts. So if you're thinking of things like photography and clay, 3D kinds of things, or if you want to look at a more of a performance-oriented thing, we help you establish skills to use when you are working through your STEM portion of our pathway. So it's a lot of creativity, a lot of collaboration, and I'm excited to have the opportunity to work with you guys.
Thank you. So once again, thank you to all of our Tonka teachers who are able to do this today. Students, we want to know what kind of careers you guys are looking at. So yell them out to your teachers. Teachers, throw those into the chat. And as they see them, our Tonka teachers are going to say, hey, I see that you want to be a veterinarian. I'm super excited to have you in health and wellness. We're just going to kind of make this a conversation as much as we can. Our teachers are excited. If you have any questions, whether it's about the individual classes, a pathway, just the school as a whole, let us know. That's why we're here today. Students, just so you guys know, next week you will be telling us what classes or which pathway you want to be in. So letting us know really which ones you're interested in. You're going to say, I really, really want to be in this one, or this one really isn't for me. So let us, as you have questions today, just let us know so that we can make sure that you have as much information as you can as we move forward. And then we're going to go through just a couple different questions that came through beforehand. I see lots of careers coming in there. Teachers, feel free to either shout out or type in the chat as you see one of yours. So first off, Mr. Jansen, do you have to get any certain grades in science or math to be a part of the health pathway? Short
answer, no, you do not. We are not trying to exclude people. And besides, there's a wide variety of kinds of jobs in the health and wellness pathway, different kinds of jobs that you could get. And they're not all that ultra competitive like doctor or nurse. They're just anything that relates to the health and helping people with their health and knowing more about your health and the health of family members and helping people make decisions about their health. So lots of different career options there, and so there's no minimum grade requirement, anything like that. The pathways aren't like that. They're not for like better students or whatever, more serious students or less serious students. You are going to pick a pathway based on what you're interested in, and then work hard and learn as much as you can while you're there.
Thank you so much. And I want to say that just one more time that Mr. Jansen just said. There's no pathway that's going to limit you. So if you are interested in music, but you're also interested in health, that's okay. You're going to get to take classes in both places. You can still be in the health and wellness pathway and be in band or choir or orchestra or art or take a business class. You'll have every opportunity to take any class that you want to take throughout. We're just going to help you kind of explore your interests while you're there. All right, the next question goes to Mr. Lay with DIT. Do you have to really, really be into technology to go into the design innovation technology pathway?
No, you do not need to be 100% into technology. What we do is we explore many different careers where technology is involved. Technology is always changing, and so we're always finding ways where that can get involved. And then you can also, within this pathway, get on the design and innovation side of it as well. It doesn't just have to be about the technology. Maybe you're the one that gets creative with your art ideas or your music ideas, and are able to help with the different careers that we have within our pathway as well.
Wonderful, thank you. Miss Abbott, you touched a little bit on your culinary classes, but can you explain those just one more time and tell them kind of what the culinary classes are like up here?
Yeah, so the Foods for Life is like your basic cooking class. You're going to learn about safety and sanitation, how to take care of a kitchen, how to take care of food and keep food safe. International Foods will explore foods from around the world and make some recipes with some of those foods. Pro Start is more about advanced cooking and also learning about the restaurant business and how to take care of a kitchen, being a cook or a chef in the kitchen, and the different aspects of that and how to manage a kitchen with other employees.
Thank you. And while Ms. Abbott's talking about culinary, I just want to remind you guys that each of our pathways are really broad. So while she's talking specifically about the culinary classes that she teaches in our service industry pathway, the service industry really is for anyone who knows that they want to provide a service to someone. So you might want to be a hairdresser and go into cosmetology. That would also be something within that service industry. And you're not going to have to take the culinary classes if that's not really your forte. It's a great opportunity for you, but we're not going to force you into those classes if that's really not where you want to be. Just want to reiterate that as well. And then our last pathway specific question is for Ms. Haberman. For our business and communications, will students really get to learn how to start a business and how to create their own brand?
So I'm going to brag for a minute because we have a really cool entrepreneurship program up here where you get to go through the whole process of what it would be like to develop your own or create a product and then sell it in the marketplace and see how it does. So you actually do get to go through that whole process of what it's like to build a business plan, actually try it out, and if you fail, you fail. But I mean, this is a safe environment for you to do that and learn from it. So to answer your question, yes, you really do get to learn about what it takes to start a business and to develop a brand. Brand would be in that marketing piece, and then entrepreneurship is more of the owning a business piece. Elena, I did have someone asked in the chat about marine biology and what path that would fit in, and I don't know how to answer that. Do you know which would be the best path for that?
So it kind of depends on exactly what you want to do with marine biology. So a lot of times we're kind of looking at that marine biology as we know that you're going to want to look at wildlife within there, all of that. So we would really kind of suggest going into that health field where you're going to get to learn about not only the human body, but you can take it with the spin of animals. Looking at that throughout there would probably be our best bet. But if you have more information on what exactly you want to do within marine biology, throw it in there, shoot me an email, and I would love to open up that conversation to do that. Students also, just so you know, and teachers, I'm going to be over at Maple Park next week. Hopefully while you guys are doing that, I'm just going to kind of be wandering the halls, seeing if anyone needs questions. I'll be popping in your classrooms. So if you have a student that has a question, or teachers, if you specifically have a question, shoot me an email, tell me your room number. I can stop by and just have that conversation with you guys. If you're struggling with where to go, I would love to have those conversations with you guys. I've seen lots of great careers that have come through on our chat. Our Tonka teachers are doing great at getting those caught up. If there's any that we missed, throw them in there again and we'll make sure to do that. I'm going to go through a couple careers that have been asked that haven't come through on the chat to make sure that we get all of those really, that you students can know where you want to go. So a couple that fit into our design, innovation, technology on the creative design side is like an interior designer. That was one that was asked before, as well as we had several students who really want to go into being a tattoo artist. The creative design side, where you're really learning how to get those skills of art, would be fantastic. But another place that would be good for a tattoo artist is in human services, because you're providing that service. Another one would also be our business pathway. If you're a tattoo artist, there's a really good chance that you're going to want to own your own company to become a tattoo artist. So you might do the business side of business and take those art classes to learn the skills of that tattoo artist. I want to reiterate that there's lots of careers that can fit in multiple places. So students, you just kind of need to think about where you really want to go within that field, or what you want to explore more while you're in high school to see if it's really the best fit for you. That's our goal, is letting you all explore what you want to do. I've seen mechanic up before. That was one that was asked, or it was in the chat, and that was one that was asked before, and that definitely fits into our STEM pathway within design, innovation, technology. We had several who asked about like massage therapy. That fits great within Ms. Majors with health and wellness. And then a couple that fit into health that were asked prior to this meeting was about a paramedic or a chiropractor. You're going to learn everything that you need to really be successful as you move into those programs throughout our wellness pathway. I've touched on cosmetology. That's going to fit great in our service industry. And I believe the only other one I see here that we haven't touched on is a lawyer. And a lawyer could really fit within our communications department as you are learning how to communicate with others, but it also fits within our public service because you're providing that service to others. So are there any other careers that you guys can think of? Students or teachers, do you have questions either about what pathways are, what the process looks like over the next couple weeks? How else can we give you guys information? Or our Tonka teachers, is there anything else that you guys want to shout out to the students as we've got their captive audience? That's a great point, Ms. Dunn, that sports careers may fit into health and wellness or human services. Very good point there. I know last time we had someone ask about being a like sign language interpreter. That fits great into our education side within that public service, human services. Anyone else? Do we have any questions? Teachers, you're also welcome to unmute yourself at this point and shout out the questions if you've got them. That's a great point, Ms. Lee. Sports careers, a lot of our either sports careers or if you want to be like a musical artist or something, as much as learning the skills that you need to do those, you're also going to really have to learn how to market yourself within that. So that would be another place that you could either go into the health and wellness to be able to learn the body, to know about sports and what it's doing to your body, or going into the business side to be able to learn how to market yourself, and then taking electives within those other pathways to learn all of the skills that you need.
Agreed on that statement.
Any other questions? Go for it.
Agreed on the statement as far as, if you're wanting to do something where you are going to be your own employer, you're definitely going to want to look at that business and marketing idea. So yeah, if it's a career in sports, if it's a career in entertainment, as in being the entertainer, you're going to want to have that kind of a background. If you want to go more towards sound engineering or the recording industry, then you're definitely want to go be in the DIT pathway. So even though you're in a set pathway, that doesn't preclude you from participating in other offerings that are in other pathways. It's pretty wide open.
Definitely. All righty. If there aren't any other questions, I just want to reiterate two things for you guys. First off, that students, we are so excited for you guys. And second off, that you can take electives wherever you are. You're not going to have any limitations on what classes you take. Photography that just came through would probably fit within our DIT, within our creative design, but photography also fits really well within like our marketing stuff within business and communication. So it fits in both places. And it's kind of what you want to do with photography that you'd have to kind of consider. But once again, you'll be able to take those photography classes, whichever pathway you want to be in. And you will see some of our teachers transitioning, their transitioning rooms. Our bells just rang here, so that's why they're a little shaky. All right, well, if that is all the questions that we have, then I'm gonna give it back to those 8th grade teachers. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We did record this session, so I'm gonna post it later and I'll send it out so that students, if you wanna go back and you're not sure something that we said, you can look at it. Feel free to shoot me an email or still put questions as you're looking through that website. Students, I really encourage you to pull up the website that you all explored last week. Sit down with your parents over the next couple of days and talk through it with them. See where they see you, maybe tell them what you're interested in, and just have that great conversation. And I'm sure that your teachers would also love to have those conversations about where you see yourself in the future. Once again, email me, grab any of these teachers. They would love to have conversations with you guys as well. Thanks so much, guys.